Here we go. We're live here.
We got our 7 o'clock clinic session, the final one of the night. Save the best one for last with Coach Ed Orgeron from LSU as we populate the room and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us with the LHSCA virtual clinic day 3, wrapping up with Coach O. Tomorrow we have another day on deck with a number of great speakers. You can go to lhsca.coachesclinic.com and check out the lineup. And we have another great day tomorrow. So thanks for being here. I'm going to turn it over to Neil Weiner. Get us started.
All right. Well, guys, as we start coming in the room, remember, if you got a question, just type it into the Q&A, and I'll make sure I get it to Coach in a timely manner, as long as it's kind of going with what we're talking about. Guys, I know he doesn't need much of an introduction, but the 2019 SEC Coach of the Year, the 2019 National Coach of the Year, voted on by the AP writers, the Eddie Robinson Award, the Bear Bryant Award, the George Munger Award, the Walter Camp Award, the Home Depot, the AFCA, directed the LSU Fighting Tigers to the 2019 National Championship, arguably the greatest college football team of all time. He's from LaRose, Louisiana, product of South Lafourche High School, came to LSU, finished at Northwestern State, has coached all over the country and become an elite coach. But of all those titles, I think he's most proud to be the head football coach at LSU. And I just wanted to share a quick story for just a second. When Coach got named as the head coach, it was only a couple of days later in a driving rainstorm. He drove himself over to the campus at the Dunham School, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So many coaches, they've got GAs that are driving, they got assistant coaches they're whipping around. Coach O came over by himself and came over to visit with us. And as I walked him around campus, all of a sudden heads started popping up. They started looking outside of windows, and they saw Coach walking through. We had teachers that have been teaching English for 30 years want to come out and take a picture with him. And when they walked away, Coach looked at me and said, "Hey, that's not because it's Coach O. It's because it's the head football coach at LSU, and that means something." And I believe that. He's a Louisiana man, and he's brought our Tigers to prominence. And so I'm grateful that Coach O has one of our Dunham Tigers there, and I'm grateful he's the head coach at LSU. So, Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Coach, thank you for that introduction. And I want to say to us, if you have Derek Stingley, I will swim to your school. No, but I appreciate that. And I want to thank all the coaches for being here tonight. And you guys know how I feel about you. I'm friends with all of you and was raised with most of you and grew up in Louisiana. And it's an honor to be the head coach at LSU. And you guys know that. But I want to thank you guys for all the help that you give us in recruiting. You know, recruiting is the lifeblood of our school here. You know, I coached with Jimmy Johnson when I was young. He said, "Come here, man. I want to tell you my secret." I said, "Coach, let me get a notepad." He said, "You don't need one." I went in there. He said, "Dad, here's my secret. Get great players and coach the heck out of them." And that's what we've done. And most of them coming from your school in Louisiana. I know it means a lot for you guys to watch them play here at LSU. So I want to thank you ahead of time for the recruiting that you have done in the past and the recruiting that you're going to do for us in the future. And you know our doors are always open to you. Once they let our doors open, you guys come to practice, you come sit in the meeting rooms, you're more than welcome to do anything that we can help you out with here. Okay, we'll get going here. All right, we got a nice little PowerPoint for you guys. And I want to share something with you that here's some things that we've learned throughout our coaching career. And I didn't invent the football, nowhere near it. I learned from a lot of great coaches. But what I did is as I took some from each coach and became the coach that I wanted to be. And I want to let you guys know, you're sitting in that audience tonight and you know, you're thinking about, man, how I'm going to move up. And, man, I got to make more money for my family, just like I did. You know, you see these coaches making a lot of money. How am I going to get there? Well, here's the things that I did to get to where I'm at today. Now, I was lucky. I had a lot of good breaks. But here's some things that I want to show you. Now, first thing, You see, there's Tiger Stadium, man. That is the best stadium in all the world. I waited so long to get my cleats on that grass. I'd be at USC. I'd be at Miami, and I'd be crossing that bridge and just wanting to be in Tiger Stadium. And to be able to walk out that goalpost there and represent this great state of Louisiana, and I feel like I'm representing every one of you, and to run out there is the best feeling I ever had in my life. So I don't take that for granted. I don't take that picture for granted. It's a great home field advantage. Hopefully we have it that full again this year. We don't know. That don't matter. We don't blink. Whatever they give us, we're going to go. So here's some things that I'm going to share with you. You don't have to write this down, guys. Send me an email. I'll send everything to you. It's eorgeron@lsu.edu. eorgeron@lsu.edu. Okay. All right, let's get started here. All right. In my opinion, now these things are things I learned from other coaches, but this is from me. The number one job of an assistant coach, let me say this to you, is being the head coach. How valuable a great assistant coach is to the head coach. You really just don't know till you become a head coach. And the bottom line is, I don't care if you drive a pickup truck. I don't care if you drive a BMW. I don't care if you're from Booty, Monroe, Shreveport, New York City. Get your unit to perform on game day. That's where you hire. If you coach that defensive line, make sure that defensive line is humming on game day. Okay, that's our job. All right, this is Jimmy Johnson. I'm going to just quote some stuff that I learned from some other guys, and this stuff helped me. It stuck with me because that was 1988, and I still remember it. Do a great job where you are. You never have to worry about your next job. And, you know, we've all been around and a lot of years, and we've been, you know, the guy's always looking for his next job. And then you got the guy that goes to work, put his nose to the grindstone, and works his tail off and moves off the ladder. Do a great job where you are. You know, we're a big fraternity. Everybody knows it. All right, this is critical. If the head coach gives you a job, do it immediately. Don't forget. Drop whatever you're doing, because here's what happens. The head coach is probably busy, and he's going to pick you for that job, and it's important, and he trusts you. He trusts that you're going to do a great job of it. And the more things that he gives you, the more power you're going to have on the staff, and we all want to move up on the staff. So if the head coach gives you a job, do it immediately, okay? All players want discipline instructions. We all know that. We never remembered our nice teachers. I remember my tough teacher, Miss Gaspard, in first grade. Never forget her. All players want discipline and structure. Okay? This is Jimmy Johnson all the way. Coach your best players the hardest. Elevate the room. Now, we all been around, and we all been around some great players. I know I told the team last year that Joe Burrow, and I didn't have to coach him hard a lot of times, but if he screwed up, I was going to identify it and coach him hard. This year, Jamar Chase, Derek Stingley, if they mess up, I'm going to be the first one to, and in the right way, but the whole team's going to know there's no sacred cows here. And what happens when you coach your best player in the room, it elevates the room. Everybody, the best player gets better, everybody else in that room will get better. If you're always coaching the worst player and dogging the guy that can't play, the best players think, well, you know, coach is not going to get on me. I can do what I want. Okay. All right, this is Pete Jenkins. And I think, guys, not only being an assistant coach, being a good staff guy, being the guy that's positive, being the guy that don't get caught up in the, well, are we going to play? What about the COVID? What about this? I tell our guys, block out the noise. My TV has not been on in 5 weeks and not going to go on. My job is to focus on the LSU Tigers. And as far as I know, we play September 5th, and that's all I'm worried about. Now, if someone is in a hole, throw them a rope. Give them a hand, not a shovel. especially a player. We all had players in the doghouse. And, you know, here's a statement right here. I can hear this right here. Well, gosh darn it, I told you not to do that. No. That stuff don't work nowadays, man. Instead of, hey, get your head up, get your eyes up, get your eyes on the man, your eyes in the backfield, get your pad level low, coach positive. I think it just works a lot better, and it gets your locker room a lot happier knowing that the coach ain't always dogging you, okay? Now, it wasn't always like this, and you guys know that. All right, this is Rod Marinelli. Most people know what to do. Few people do it. Discipline. Discipline. We got a process that we follow here. I'm gonna think I'm gonna do it this way. No, that's not the way we do it. That's not how you get 15-0. Follow the plan. Okay? Be disciplined. All right, this is what I learned at the Saints when I was there, and I think it's a great tool for the assistant coach, a position coach, to get really close to his players on an individual basis. And the player is going to say, you know what, coach has a special interest in me. Create a good bad tape. 20 plays each, 15, whatever you want. Ask him which one he wants to watch. Obviously, you don't want to watch the good ones. But watch it individually. Tell the guys, okay, here's the things that you do well. We just got to polish these things up. But here's the skills that you're not doing very well. You can see on this play right here. Here's the drills that we need to get you better. I guarantee you your relationship with that player will be so much better after that meeting, and he'll fight for you. Compete at everything you do. Everything counts. Pete Carroll. Everything counts from the minute we walk in this building, the minute we leave. We talk about playing at the LSU standard performance, coaching at the LSU standard performance. That's got to be on top, elite. Knowledge is power. I think two things got to happen between it, and I had to get fired from Ole Miss to learn this, okay? Two things have to happen between the player and the coach, in my opinion, to have success. Number one, the player must know that the coach cares for him, has his best interest in mind at all times. If the player doesn't feel that, you might as well go fishing. He ain't gonna fight for you. The next thing is knowledge is power. All players want to be great. They come to LSU to be first-round picks and win a national championship. So you better know your stuff. And my job is to get them the best assistants at their positions, that when they can get up there and they can teach these guys and they know this guy knows his stuff, there will be an immediate connection to the coach. All right, style of coach. All right. And you guys gonna laugh at that. Be yourself. Ain't nobody else can be me. I can't be nobody else. And if you try to be it, the player's gonna feel it right away. Be yourself, man. Be yourself to the players, be yourself to other coaches, be yourself the other day. And you know, that's, to me, that's good enough for me. Okay. Attitude towards work. Every day, man, I tap in. When I come in there, that caller's gonna be there at 6 o'clock. I tap in, I come to work, and we have fun at work, but we also doing constructive work, and we get after it. We get after it with our players. They love it. They love coming to work here. We are gonna work hard. Knowledge and position, I talked about that already. Be an expert. Always study it, man. Get NFL tapes. Go see coaches. Figure out how they're running this route. What are they doing in this pass rush game? What's this coverage? Just always visiting people, always trying to get better. Treatment of players. Here's where I went wrong at Ole Miss. I went there as a tough, hard-nosed defensive line coach who had a lot of success. And I wanted to coach the whole team that way, and I wanted to coach the whole coaching staff that way. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. It was wrong on my part. Pete Carroll told me about that, not to watch out for it. But I went because that's all I knew how to do. And I do believe that the difference in my coaching career from that moment was that I decided to treat all players like they were my own sons. And I tell them that in recruiting. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be easy on them. That doesn't mean there won't be discipline. just like but they know I care about them. They know that I have their best interest in mind. Okay. All right. Now here's some things you probably guys have probably seen this, and I'm not going to go into detail of the little things, but I want to show you the organization of an assistant coach and what it takes. And I'm going to ask you, if you're in there now, you're in there and you're highly motivated and you want to get a college job, you want to get an NFL job, you want to be the head coach of LSU Tigers, you want to elevate, make good money and all that stuff, I want to challenge you to see where are you at when I give you these things. Do I have them? Do I not? Am I close? Am I disorganized? Am I better organized, which you are? Good for you. Where am I at as a football coach? Just take yourself a little test in the next 30 minutes, okay? I'm going to send you all this stuff. You probably have it in your mind. You probably have done all this, and more than likely you didn't put it down in an organizational chart. Okay, teaching progression. I learned this from Butch Davis in 1988, University of Miami. Stance, alignment, assignment. That's the knowledge part. We're going to teach them their stance. We're going to teach them their alignment. It's going to be detailed. We're going to teach them their assignment. They're going to know that before the snap of the ball. Next thing, get off. You guys have heard many talks about get off. You got to coach it. You got to preach it. When the ball moves, we move. We attack the line of scrimmage. We crowd the line of scrimmage. Credit card alignment. We periff the ball. The defensive line is looking at the man, but he got to see that ball move with his inside eye, and it moves. We got to move. Hips and hands. That's I learned from Coach Pete. We used to say hat and hands. But all your explosion comes from your hips. Make sure that your hips and your hands are the first thing moving, not your feet and your head. Separation, lock out, release, violent releases, pursuit, get to the football and tackle. Now, you might say, well, I'm a wide receiver coach. Well, get your teaching progression. Stance alignment assignment is going to be one. Probably get off is going to be one. Release is going to be another one. Route progression, route knowledge, separation, catching the ball, finishing, whatever it may be. But take this progression and put it into your terms. And here's, when we're watching film, I may say, all right, Christian, what about your stance? Yeah, coach, my feet need to be a little wider. What's your alignment? Yeah, I need to tighten up. I'm too loose. All right, how about you get off? A little late off the ball. Hips and hands, really good. Separation, good. And my separation, coach, I was peeking inside. I got a lock first. Release, could be more violent. Pursuit, better angle. Tackle, whatever it may be. And we watch film in this progression. Okay, next. All right, I got this from Coach Pete. I had drills from Coach Marinelli I was doing every day. And they worked, they were good. But here's where I really learned the art of defensive line coaching in detail from Coach Pete. Ask yourself, do you have a drill list? I'll give you an example of what we've done. You'll see the drill list when I put it up. We have a full-time defensive line coach. The head coach is coach the defensive line. We got a graduate assistant. We got Manny Michel. You guys know is great. We got Benny Logan. We got 5 defensive line coaches. And what we're doing right now, we installing our individual for camp. And we're going through this drill list and we're making sure that we are covering everything that we can teach these guys throughout camp. And you guys know if you don't do that at camp, it's late at night, you're tired, you're probably not going to do a great job of organizing these drills. Okay, here we go. Drill list. Footwork, we got them. Okay, footwork, the first thing we want to coach. We have bad footwork. All right, we didn't do enough power scoop. Low back run. Shuffle drill. Shuffle open the hips and run. Shuffle react drill. That's all Coach Pete stuff. A lot of you guys have seen it. Pre-practice drill, hoorahs, that's just agilities. Hit the ground. Hit the ground with your belly and pop up. Don't let your knees hit and run to the football. We tell our guys, hey, you're going to be on the ground. We don't want you on the ground, but pop up. If you don't pop up, it's a loaf. Round bags, it teaches the eyes, stunt teach. We're going to be stunting a lot with Bo, so we got to teach it, man. We got to teach the proper alignment, the proper distribution of the weight, the proper step, the proper reads. Steer drill, that's controlling the pad. Primary gap, responsibility drill. The run, release, swim, shrug, 3-point release, okay? Pass practice, get off, dip the tip, pass through route, pull, slide. All right, that's not even all. We've added to that. Block reaction, base, reach, cutoff, box drill, bump combo, slip, scoop, whatever it may be. Put them down there. Tackling. You know, the thing that, and I know you guys think about it also, is that in your first couple of games, I always worry about tackling, but it just looks sloppy. You know, we can't scrimmage every day, but you got to teach tackling every day. You got to film it, and you got to look at it and make sure the guys are tackling properly. We're always going to start with a form tackle. Then we're going to release off a block with a form tackle. We'll do a spin tackle. We'll release spin tackle, angle tackle, release angle tackle. And this is what I learned from Coach Pete. Teach the drill first. Teach what you want. What do I want this form tackle? Once I got it, now get them off the block and go make the tackle, okay? Sled work. We hit the sleds every Tuesday. 6-point explosion, 3-point explosion, all right? Okay, meetings. I think meetings are critical. I think that's your time, my time as a head coach, to identify some things that I think our team is doing very well, to identify some things that I think our team is not doing very well. One thing I want to mention in the meetings, and you'll see at my next talk about one team, one heartbeat, we have no superstars on this football team. We have no superstar coaches, no superstar players, nobody. All we ever talk about is the team, what the team did well and what the team must get better at. Okay, meetings. All right, focus. You chase 2 rabbits, you catch none. I give this picture, and I put it on Thursday's practice, right before we start the meeting. And I look around, and I see them getting focused, man. Because you know, they're young boys. You know what we're thinking as young boys. And anything with football before we got there, they got to get them focused, man. We got to get them in. And I tell them, I say, I've seen that look in all of your eyes. And look out when we all get it together. And man, they snap back and they understand it's time to get focused in. Okay. All right, meetings. Organize, detailed, have a plan. The players know. Players know. Don't go by the seat of your pants, man. It takes a lot of work. Seating chart. This is one of my favorite things in the meeting room. Now we're back to the 4-3, so we got the left end, the tackle, the nose, and the right end. First, second, and third team. You want to create competition. I mean, it means something to be on that first unit. Hell, if you're in the third unit, you don't like it, do something about it. The depth chart is etched in sand. If I'm on the second team and I want to beat that guy in front of me, I'm just right behind him, man. Hey, screw up today. I'm coming to take your place. Competition is healthy. Create it in your meeting rooms, okay? Tips and reminders daily. When we watch film, okay, I have to take notes. Hey, the 3 technique on play 16 is too high. And every one of these things are going to get addressed the next day. We have a saying there. You'll hear me say it many times tonight. If it's broke, let's fix it, okay? But in order for it to be broke, first of all, you have to have the knowledge. And second of all, you have to have the work ethic to watch all your film, okay? Defensive install of the day. Block install of the day. Here's a base block. This is what it looks like. Here's how to defeat it, okay? Rush install. Here's a rip to spin. Here is a rip to spin. This is the move. This is how you execute it. This is what we're going to do to drill it. Stunt or game install of the day. That's a lot of stuff right there, guys. That's a lot of stuff. And if I get out of meeting, or if I get out of class, and my meeting's at 2:30, and I get out of class at 2:15, there ain't no way I can do this. I got to find time during the day. I got to get here early in the morning. I got to get prepared. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this, okay? And I require all of our coaches to be very, very detailed in their meeting. All right, there's a shot of tips and reminders. It's on a PowerPoint. You look at the one to write good practice yesterday. Give them something motivational. This is from Monty Kiffin. Short yardage, goal line, and red zone, pad level, assignment football. You have been great. Focus, focus, focus. Go hard in team. Whatever you need to get them going a little bit. It's your job to get them going. And then to the page to the left, there's some corrections from yesterday on how to do it. And these PowerPoints, now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know how to do a PowerPoint. Somebody does it for me, but I write it down and we get somebody to do it so it's all neat. It's all three-hole punch so they can keep in their notebook. Okay? Install, this comes from the playbook. But on this box right here, or this box in the middle, all right, with all the diagrams, I'm going to have to check. I'm going to have to look at those boxes, and I'm going to have to see any certain adjustments that, number one, I have to cover in the meeting. Number two, I have to cover in practice. So when we get the team, we're able to perform all the things that we need to out of our base defense. Okay. Block install today. All right, bump combo. All right, show it to them. Show a film of it. All right, rush install today. Today we talking about containing the quarterback, rushing the upfield shoulder, create the quarterback trap. All right, we got a game. The game of the day is a text game. It's very detailed. You guys want to know this, come talk to me about it. I got a lot of things to talk about today. I just want to talk to you about the organization of a great assistant coach. Okay, fall camp schedule. All right, here's what I'm going to give the players. Be early. We have two rules. We have two rules here. Be early, protect the team. That's it. Classroom style. Be a pro. Be prepared, take notes, have your playbook. Cut-ups, focus in, one part at a time. Come in and watch cut-ups. Ask questions. We need our guys to speak. I can't read their mind. They need to ask me questions. I need to find a way to motivate them so they feel comfortable to ask questions. All right, sit up in the chair. Attention, big eyes. No slooping, no playing with the air, no eating, no looking away, no sleeping. Hey, somebody gonna get tired. I get tired too. Stand up, let's go. You're responsible for everything in the meeting, which is critical, okay? And again, if it's broke, we gotta fix it. NFL, study the best player. As an assistant coach, I used to always get NFL film for our players. I asked them who their best rusher was. I'd get a cut up and me and that defensive lineman would watch it. He'd just say, man, coach cares about me. If I'm in high school, get a cut up of Jamar Chase, run with his releases, get a cut up of Derek Stingley, whatever it may be. And say, come on, man, I think you can be as good as this guy. Let me watch this stuff with you. That will motivate that young man, motivate him to be better. A lot of times, they become like that player. One-on-one. I want to let our guys know we go one-on-one, we go best against best. Jamar Chase, Derek Stingley, every day in practice. That's just the way we do it. We go ones versus one. We grade the one-on-ones as coaches. And 70% is a winning grade. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. And then the next day, we do this on Tuesday. The next day, I put these grades up in the team meeting room. And I don't have to say a word. Accountability in front of the team. Our players must, and our coaches must watch individual. Film individual, plan it, and watch it. It's a great teacher. Says a lot of our practice, we'll have 30 minutes of individual. You can't watch all individual, and we only have a half-hour meeting. So the guys got to come in on their own, watch a cut-up, and study. We talk about ongoing skill development. Grade effort and production every day. The first thing we grade at LSU is effort, and we got to get better at it. I tell them, let's take pride in the LSU scheme. Bo Pelini brought in the 4-3 defense, best in the world. Last year, we went to the spread, best in the world. Take pride in it. This is our stuff. Let's go execute it, okay? When we get to the field, tap in. That's our sanctuary. We ain't thinking about Math 100. We ain't thinking about Momo. We ain't thinking about girlfriend. Ain't thinking about nothing but the LSU Tiger football team getting better at that moment and giving you everything you got. That's our attitude. Service team is critical. I run the service team. I run the cards. Take pride in your job. Simulation is key, especially in today's age with all the walkthroughs we have and all the non-padded practices. The line of scrimmage, low pad level, the exactness, the depth of the ball, the depth of the tailback, the splits of the receivers, everything has to be perfect. I practice energy. I require our coaches to have energy. We're clapping, we're running around, nothing crazy. You guys have seen us. Look, guys, at 9:30, I'm going home. Now, some guys want to stay late. That's fine. I'm going to be here at 6 the next day. And I know everybody's different. I know how much sleep it takes for me to come back the next day and give the best to our football team. Practice is the most important thing we do, and we do it with energy. You know, I put this up, fit drill. Give you an example. At USC, fit drill was at 3:45. We would break the defensive meeting at 3:30. So 3:30, we break the whole fit drill, 3:45, you better be ready. Just make it exciting. Make it exciting for the guys. Make it mean something. Make them know the practice schedule. All players want to know what we're doing today. And then you got to have a better practice. Show them guys, now listen, 9:07, yesterday the offense took it to us. Today's our day. Just stuff like that, okay? Individual to me and to most line coaches and most position coaches is your time to plan and get your players better at the skills that they need to use during team periods. And the better coach you are, the better your players are going to develop. We use the word development in all our recruiting pitches. You come to LSU, you're going to develop. Look what happened to Joe Burrow. Look what happened to Clyde. Look what happened to Lloyd. A lot of players. Look what happened to Justin Jefferson. Come here, compete. You're going to get better. Team's got to be game-like, man. It's on. It's on for all coaches, all players, everybody in the organization. Conditioning. Here's what we're going to do. As you guys know, Tommy Moffitt got them in the summer. He's got them. They come back in great shape. If they practice the way I expect them to practice, we're not going to condition. But if there's a bunch of sloppiness, a bunch of drop balls, a bunch of fights, a bunch of yakking, we're just going to run after practice. It ain't going to happen again. I have to run our team twice in 4 years. 4 years, twice after practice. But they go hard during practice, and they're ready and fresh for the game. Grading system. I think this is awfully important for all of us. And most of us played, and you remember you'll make the team and you got your scrimmage and your second team, and you feel like you're better than the guy in front of you, but you got to prove it. You can't wait to go get your grades. Well, as a coach, we got to do a thorough job and respect these young men because they love these grades. Okay? We grade on technique. We grade on activity ratio. We grade on effort. We identify what is a loaf. I'm going to do that in a second. You're loafing. Well, what's a loaf? A 10th grader don't know what's a loaf. A freshman may not know what's a loaf, okay? What is a loaf? Not sprinting to the ball. That's obvious. Change the speed. I'm going, I slow up, play still going, I pick up, loaf. Staying on the ground. Pop up, get off the ground. Rush defender. This is one of the biggest ones, not turning and going to the ball. Turning around and looking at the ball. Everybody, this is cornerbacks, this is linebackers, outside linebackers, safeties, anybody that rushes the pass, you got to turn, plant, and run a 45. Getting passed up by another player. Turning down the head. You don't want that one. Just, none of us want that. None of us want that. We have an opportunity to hit somebody, we're going to hit them. Legally, of course. Not finishing aggressively at the end of the play. Play through the whistle, man. Coach them to play through the whistle. And when you do these things, you put a signature on your defense on film. And we want these other teams to see us, how hard we play. All right, there's an example. Lewis Neal probably wasn't an outstanding practice, but you can see it's typed up. He has a run grade, he has a pass grade. He has his production right here on the left. I will give him points. They want to be the point king. We'll give him positive points, obviously, for good plays, negative points for bad plays. And we see how many plays they end up having, how many points they end up having. But you can see that 1 out of 6 ratio. Lewis was making a tackle 1 out of every 6 plays. That's the minimum. All right, let's say if we got 2 guys vying for position, okay? And a Saturday afternoon, we have a scrimmage, and the coach will let it off Sunday in the Fisher bite. Or my wife wants to go on the date. And we get in there and plus minus, and we go home. That's not fair. That's not fair. I think you need to spend a lot of time of grade. If you're going to give a grade, be honest and be fair to the player. Because a player may grade 80%. The other player may grade 72%. That player that grades 80% may have a 1 out of 12 activity ratio. That's not good enough. The guy that graded 72% may have a 1 out of 4 activity ratio. I promise you, I'm playing the 1 out of 4. All right, guys, those are some of the things that myself personally, I think that helped me along the way, and everyone I learned from other people. Like I said, you don't need to be a coordinator to be a head coach, but you need to be really good at what you do and learn from some really good people. All right, the next thing I want to talk to you about is building a championship program. And these are some of the things that, not some, all of the things that we tell our football team, the culture that we built, and the one that now is my hardest job to stay on the top. And I think we're just getting started here at LSU. We have our best freshman recruiting class that we've had here. We have some outstanding quarterbacks, some outstanding young quarterbacks. We have some outstanding commitments coming. We got some great coaches. So why not us? Why not us make a big run? That's how we feel it. All right, one team, one heartbeat, all of us together. I chose to coach from within. I go in the defensive line room, defensive meeting room. I tell Steve, great job. Now, if something's broke, I want it fixed, and he knows that. Special teams, I work with Mac a little bit, but I know what I do well. I'm gonna do what I do well, and the other coaches do what they do well. There are no superstars. We had the Heisman Trophy winner. Not one time his name got mentioned in that room for anything superlative other than a nice pass, Joe, or something like that. One team, one heartbeat. It takes everybody in the organization. I want everybody to come to work. I want them happy. I want them to be able to be themselves. Everybody's different. Come in there, here's the plan. Here's our workouts. Here's what we're going to do. Go do your job. Now, I think a guy can feel good about that when he has structure. He's able to do his job and nobody's looking over his back. But we do have parameters. We have lines. If people step out of the line, there's going to be accountability. There's going to be some discipline. Okay, one team, one heartbeat. This is about us. That's how we built this program. Okay, here we go. I told you before, treat players like my own son. I got to share this with you, And I can talk about it now very easily. Back then, I couldn't talk about it. I got fired from Ole Miss. I was mad at myself. I got a job at SEC. We didn't do well. And, man, I'm driving home. I'm not driving. We're going to Destin. And I'm driving out of Oxford. And I called one of my mentors. And naturally, I started doing this. This, then that. They said, hey, whoa, wait a minute. He said, Ed Orgeron, the only person you can change is you. Now, those things may happen or may not happen. You got no control over that, man. But you do have control of what you're going to do to change, because you're going to get a head coaching job again. But you better have change, because the next one, if you're not have success, you ain't going to make it. And that hit me right between the eyes like a ton of bricks, man. So I'd watch coaches study and all that. But you know what? One day I was at the Saints, and my sons were playing this Pee Wee League. And I told them every Monday I'd cook steaks for them and baked potato, fried potato, whatever. And man, they came there every Monday night at 7 o'clock, man. We had a blast. And didn't skip a Monday for maybe a couple of months. And you know, I said to myself, man, if my players knew I loved them like my sons would, they would play hard. They would be able to have success. So that's the number one thing that has changed in my philosophy. Number two, let the coaches coach and manage their position group. You got it. Let's go. I don't tell them what we're doing. I tell them the schedule. Bo makes the defense. Steve makes the offense. The coaches go coach their guys. But whatever they tell me they're going to do, better be done perfect at the LSU standard performance, and they're going to be held accountable. I don't yell at coaches on the field. If I see something wrong, I'll bring a coach in, identify it in my office, just me and him, and say, here's what's wrong. Tell me how you're going to fix it. And then that's it, okay? Daily practice teams, you guys been around us. I'll go over that in a minute. Cut down practice time. There's a lot of waste out there, man. Guys walking around, the transition's slow. We go NFL style. Hey, on Tuesday, we 2 hours, about 2 hours after stretch. On Wednesday, we're an hour and a half, and we're getting it done. High energy on the field. High energy, and it starts with me. Keep the coaching staff fresh. Like, again, I'm going home at 9:30. If everybody wants to go home at 9:30, I'm happy. I get to work at 6. Some guys get between 6 and 7. We get to work. If they want to go take a jog at lunch, they can. Get on out of here and get fresh. Anytime I get a chance to get them off, especially in bowl season, towards the end of the year. On Sunday night, think about this, on Sunday night, we're 15-0, and on Sunday night, 6 o'clock, our coaching staff is home. Sleep. I'm sleeping at 6:30. Eat a lot of gumbo and go to sleep. Get right Monday morning, and I'm ready to go. Okay. Daily practice team. Tell the truth Monday. Now this is what we do, man. We watch the tape, and I go over what the team did well. Red zone, 85% scoring. Over 674 yards total offense. 0 penalties. Nothing about an individual. I've been in some meetings where they give out awards on Monday, and the receiver, the quarterback, the running back may get it, and the coach had the T-shirt right here. He took the T-shirt, threw it to him, and it flew right over the offensive line's head. And I saw their head go down. And what about me? So we don't give MVPs. We talk about the team. And I think that really helps, okay? All right, next, competition Tuesday. That's hard that day, man. We going. That's our physical day. And I'll tell our guys, the reason you came to LSU, because you have physicality in your DNA. You like to hit. Turnover Wednesday, talking about the ball, talking about turnovers. No repeat Thursday. Focus Friday. You guys may have been there, man. We got a big old drum. We beat it. I'll show you all that stuff. This is our process throughout the week. And you know what? You know, the one day at a time. You know my history. I'm a one day at a time guy. Not look backward, not look forward. Just attack the day. And what happens is when you attack the day, the weeks pass by fast and the games pass by fast. Okay, you get the most out of the day. All right. All right, tell the truth Monday. All right, here's a little shot right there. I think some of the things that happen on Monday is one of the things I'll tell you, what I tell the team. Number 2 is Doug, who's with me right here, is my right-hand man, best film guy in all of football. We're lucky to have him here at LSU. You guys know him. His daddy was at the Saints. Great family. And I think he cooks the best ball crabs in Baton Rouge. That's what he told me. But anyway, you know, Doug makes me a highlight tape of the TV copy. And, man, they like to see themselves on TV, man. That camera zooming in the Tiger Stadium. We show the crowd cheering. We show them. They just love that stuff. It got sound, and that's the only highlight that we show. And it's all about the team. Everybody that's involved in it gets it. And then the next thing is That Mac has a special teams meeting and does the good, bad, all that stuff. Tremendous coach, as you guys know. And then our guys have about an hour and a half there to watch the tape. I want to make sure that every piece of tape is watched by every player. And they get their grades in the room, and that's the time for the assistant coach to make corrections. All right, then we go out there and we got team stretch. We do some special team stuff. As you can see on the side there, if you're not at special teams, you're always working individual with your coach. All right, then we'll go to a 10-minute individual, and everybody's got to fill in what they do in an individual. I make sure that our team tackles on Monday, and just nice form tackles. All right, and then the next thing, you go to the unit teach period. This corrections period is critical because we all know, man, the mistakes we make offensive, defensively, we better get them fixed because we're going to see them again. It's a copycat league. And what's critical in this period is simulation, guys paying attention. And if you're not in and you're on the second team, you better be taking a mental rep because we can't cover everything with three units. And you may be in the game, and if you screw that thing up, it's because you didn't listen or didn't take a mental rep during that period. So that's critical for us. All right, then we introduce the team we're playing. And then our team likes this. We instead of running on Monday to get the lactic acid out, like everybody tells us we need to do, we run plays. 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2. That's all hurry up. And we go half the field. We go down and we come back. I spot the ball. I think we play Thunderstruck, right? The players love it. The music's blaring just to get their heart beating, and then we break it down. That's it. Okay, we go to the next day. Competition Tuesday. We say this. This is a big day in Baton Rouge. We said another word with it, but I don't want to say it during the clinic. Okay, this is a big day. The emphasis, we're in shells. We're going to thud. We're not taking them to the ground. We're going to thud. All right? The emphasis is on first and second down. This is our first and second down game plan day. All right, we have our meetings. You can go down there. But the big thing that we got there, guys, is our one-on-one. You see in period 3, we got our one-on-one. So that's a war. And in the next period, we got 9-on-7. This is the only time that we're going to be going full speed, ones versus ones during the week. That's to get iron sharpens iron. We just got to get one good shot during the week right there. Now, if the offense gains more than 3 yards, offense wins. If the defense holds them under 3, the defense wins. And I'm the judge. And after 16 plays, it's usually a tie. And I want to see them compete at the end. But it's a good period. All right, and then we go to pass Skelly, pass teach period, and some 7-on-7. We're going to pass Skelly first, teach, and some 7-on-7, good versus good. All right, then we go, here's where going to the Saints, there's a lot of things. I think Sean Payton was an excellent coach, Mickey Loomis. Got to watch Drew Brees, be a part of some great guys. And but I noticed the way they practice. And it's different than college, because college we go scout team. And there's no scout teams in the NFL. So what they do and we do now is our number 1 offense goes against our number 2 defense. And our number 2 defense is simulate the defense that we're going to play to go for 10 plays. And it's full speed, good against good. All right, then we have a special teams period, maybe 1 or 2, and then we go back and we do that again. And I forgot to say, when we got the first team defense is in, the second team offense is in there, it's carded, they're simulating the plays we got to see, and it's only 10 plays. So our guys only go 20 plays a service team opposed to 30 or 40. We save their legs, but we think we don't think, we know. We're getting better reps. We're getting much more, better speed, better line of scrimmage. You know, our second team offensive line is pretty darn good. And I spent years trying to get Pork Chop, who I love, out of weight, just out of shape, and try to pull on the guard. He wouldn't get there. The linebacker would get there before him. The speed of the game, and now we play faster in here. Okay. All right, the next day. All right. Turnover Wednesday. It's all about the ball. You guys know that. The team that went, hold up. Here's a couple of shots of Tuesday's practice. All right, we start off with agility drill. Make sure, see all the coaches clapping. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's around. Finish through the line. Finish. Look at that speed right there, man. Look at these coaches, man. Look at that. That's it. Get them going. This is the start of practice. Get them going. Play fast. Run through the line. Good. Now show the team that. Okay? I get some one-on-one competition. We grade it. We look at it. There's Grady Williams and Stephon, 2 NFL players right there. Nice finish right there. Good job. All right, there's some off coverage. We grade this stuff, and I show the big wins. I show the big wins, and they love it, man. All right, there's running back, linebackers. There's Donnie. Nice job. Okay. All right. Think about this, man. All right, there's the Buckets Award winner, Darius Geis. Best against best. I want best against best in there. Get some live action. One-on-one. Beat the one-on-one block, best against best. Pass rush, best against best. All right, now, here's something that we do on Tuesday, and our coaches love it. Now, they love it when I tell them at 7:30 in the morning. Sometimes I forget, tell them about 1 o'clock. But I want each coach to come up with drill of the day, and they're going to put the first thing our players are going to see on Tuesday when they walk into their meeting room is drill of the day. And that drill is pertaining to the game plan, some skill that they have to use in order for us to win. But one coach is going to come up and present his drill of the day to the team. And it's great for the offensive line to see the wide receivers see the offensive line, vice versa. And this is a chance for every coach to get up there and talk in front of the team, and it gives them a better experience. So when they become a head coach, they know how to handle themselves. Okay, drill of the day, every Tuesday. All right, this is one drill of the day. Power scoot, drop step release. You guys all seen it. This is when Pete was here. Good job, good film. So you show it in practice. I showed how it's done in practice, okay? All right, there you go. Show his eyes right there, eyes up, chin up, neck on a brace. You guys have all heard that. Play with a base, release violently. Now here he is in the game doing the same thing. The drills become the games. Nice job. Okay, all right, I'll go on. All right. All right, turnover Wednesday. Here we go. You can see turnover Wednesday, the third down day is the emphasis about the ball. And after stretching, we're on the field for an hour and a half. That's it. And we stay to this time. We don't go longer. If we say we're off the field at 5:48, we're usually off the field at 5:48. But we have the same type of practice, but there's no one-on-one. There's no 9-on-7. All right, there's not as much hitting. There's a lot of passing going on. Then we got team, first and second down. Then we got team again. The emphasis is on third down. We got special teams, and we're off the field, okay? All right, next, I'm going to go over this. I want to finish up here. Make sure that we all get everything that we can. Okay, no repeat Thursday. This is in helmets. It's inside. This is dress rehearsal. But it's also short yardage goal line day and red zone, which is critical. Okay? No repeat Thursday. Focus. We're in helmets. You can see it in there. Now look at box 3. I think this is something that I put in because I needed it. As a defensive line coach, I never called a timeout. Defensive line coaches don't know how to do that. So I got somebody that helps me with game management. Well, what we do here is we go over critical parts at the end of the game, running out of bounds, giving the ball to the referee, when to go for it, when not to go for it, getting the field goal team in a Mayday situation, throwing the ball out of bounds on 4th down if we have to. Whatever it may be, we come up with different scenarios. We show it on tape, and we give it to our football team. This has helped us immensely. All right, then we got team. It's a big special teams day. And then we end up with 2 minutes, 1 verse 1, 2 verse 2, and then we go last 2 plays, which is we all know in the ball game and are critical. We go last 2 plays for the offense, last 2 plays for the defense, throw a Hail Mary. All right. Now, these are just things that we show in the team meeting. All right, Focus Friday. Here's something that I learned from Coach Carroll. I was the recruiting coordinator, and on Friday, I wanted to go recruiting. And here's what he told me. He said, Ed, they've been hearing your voice all week. And now the night before a big game, you're not going to be with them? No way. Our job is to win games. The recruits are going to come. So we had a coach named Kennedy Polo who used to beat a drum for his special teams, for his kickoff team, about a heartbeat. So we adapted that. We call it Focus Friday. Now, this is a big deal. This is what I tell them. Pete told me, Ed, you got to make sure these guys are ready to play. And we got to do some motivational things for them on Friday and Saturday to make sure that they click in. Not all the time, but periodically test them a little bit. So our guys got to be here sitting in their chairs at 5 to 3. I'm going to walk in at 3 o'clock. They all dressed sharp. They're ready to go. Okay, now, we made this big old drum right here. There it is. One team, one heartbeat. And T-Boy gets up there, and he starts beating it. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody's quiet. The secretary's in there. Everybody in this organization that's pertinent for us winning that football game is in that meeting. And you can hear a pin drop. You can hear the focus, man. Then I give them a couple of thoughts. And here's what I tell them. Prepare to play yourself at a level that they're unable or unwilling to match. This is the start of a great weekend for the LSU Tigers. And we start a special teams meeting, so I go, special teams, ready, 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 ready. You can hear a pin drop. You can tell when they're ready. Now they've clicked in. We're ready to go. Okay? All right, then on Friday, me and Coach Mack do this special team script. And here's what happens. As we know, the penalties that you get, a lot of going from special teams to offense, defense, not having enough people on the field. So we practice this stuff, man. First kickoff team out, kickoff return, all the special stuff. We go through all that first, and there's nobody talking on the sideline. And then we go first offense for a second defense. We run 10 plays, and we watch those plays in the hotel at night. All right, then go second over 1D, and then we split up. The defense goes over singles, the offense goes over 2 minute. And at the end, man, we done something. We started this at USC, and it's great. We have a jump ball contest, maybe against a manager or a strength coach or whatever, and the guys get up there, they play the music, they flash the lights, they have a little jump ball contest, everybody breaks it down, and we play the fight song coming off the field. And it is a great Friday. And our guys are focused, they get the work done, but at the end they relax. We go to dinner, we stay at Lodge Cook, and we meet. And what a great Friday. And then Saturday, obviously, is game day. Okay, man, I'm almost done here. I'm gonna just say this to you. I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. I hope this made you be a better coach. I hope that if you're a young, inspiring coach and you become the coach of your dreams one day and get to the school that you're at, you remember this talk and how you got up there, whatever it may be. I want to thank you guys for your friendship. I hope we do play football in high school. I do believe we play football in the SEC. From everything I'm hearing, we're preparing to start the 5th, and we're not blinking. And I do hope that for all of your sake that you work very hard and your players deserve to play, and I'm a big proponent of us playing, obviously with the player safety. Having said that in mind, I'm ready to answer any questions that you may ask.
All right, coaches, we've got a little Q&A box. You can type your questions in, and I'll feed them to Coach. If anybody's got questions, please feel free to do that. Coach, you talked about getting your guys focused, having a theme every single day. But when we got to game day, I didn't hear anything about those locker room speeches.
I'm going to save that. That's my day, man. I got to make sure the team is ready. And we have several things that we do on game day. We have a clap session. We have a call-out session. And then before the team takes the field, I get a couple of words with them it's a special time, man. You know, the thing about walking in a Tiger Stadium after that Tiger Walk, if you all seen it, that thing starts to shake, man. You just can't wait to get out there. So it's not too hard to motivate them on game day.
All right, another question. When you got players like Jamar Chase or Derek Stingler, the best of their positions, how do you keep them grounded? Because you said you're going to treat everybody, no superstars.
Right.
How do you keep them grounded?
Yeah, they work just like everybody else. And you know, Derek doesn't say a word. He's working with Jamar Chase in the best shape of his life. He's being a leader for us, play all the practices. Those two players, I don't have to worry about. I mean, they're very humble. They don't want a lot of attention. You know both of them. Now, there's some players, if they would get that attention, I think I'd have to sit down and talk to them and say, you got to tone it down here. This is about the football team.
Coach, you talked earlier about assistant coaches. I think every coach has been in a position where they've had to make a change. As you said, hey, we're going to hold them to a high standard. They got to be LSU Tiger levels. How do you handle those conversations when you do have to make a change?
You know, here's what I do. I try to give them a chance first. You know, bring them in. And I hired them, so I want to be loyal to them. I say, you know, here's the things that I need you to improve on, and here's the things that I need you to do. And just like a player, I give them several chances, but if they repeatedly decide that they want to do things their way and it's not working, then I've got to always make. I'll tell our guys, everybody knows this. Regardless if I like you or not, it doesn't matter. I'm always going to make the best decision for LSU football, and that's it.
All right, another question, Coach. You kind of talked a little bit about how you can only control what you can control right now with this COVID situation. But what is what's the schedule right now for LSU football as we stand right now today?
Yeah, first of all, we are rocking and rolling. Tommy Moffitt's got them working out. Man, they had a run last Friday. We got speed on this football team. They're in good shape. Tomorrow we have a big meeting. We're starting football school on Friday. They've given us 8 hours to work. So we're going 2 practice on Friday, 2 practice on Saturday, which are walk-through tempo. But we're going to get a lot done there. And then next week, we're going to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday again. We're going to give them off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we're going to start camp August 7th.
All right. Another question, Coach, about recruiting. Right now it's different. Y'all can't get out. People can't come see you. So how's recruiting changed having to use Zoom and things like that?
Yeah, well, it's kind of twofold there. We have more time to talk to the players now than we ever have. We have unlimited calls. Talk to the parents. We FaceTime, and we have 2 power hours a day. I'm talking to 30, 50 players a day. And plus the national exposure that our team gave us last year. Players want to come to LSU. Okay, so that part is good. The spring evaluation, going out and find diamonds in the rough, the camp evaluation, all that's going. And some schools, I don't know, are they going to play or not? So the evaluation that we're going off of mostly is junior day.
Last night we had Coach Ensminger on. We talked a little bit about analytics, and he's old school, but he says y'all do use analytics. I think you mentioned maybe the Georgia game last year. Y'all went for it on 4th down or 3rd and long, and probably 6 times. Is there a company that y'all use for analytics?
Yeah, what's the name of that company? Championship Analytics.
Championship Analytics.
Now, George, I got to tell y'all a funny story. Y'all going to love this. George Munoz did that for us, okay? And we'd go over it on Friday or Saturday. And I say, you know, George, what the book says in this situation. We go over each situation. And during the game, as you know, we all get a little fired up, right? And he come up to me, Coach, the book says, I said, George, take that book. And you know what I told him to do, that damn book. Hey, you know, the heat of the moment, but we have to listen. And it's more aggressive. Nowadays, they think that you need to score more points. So inside the 50, 4th and 1, they'll tell you to go for it almost every time.
Yeah. Okay. Any truth that President Trump wants to bring Coach Baggs onto his staff now?
Hey, so we go go up to the White House, right? And President Trump was phenomenal to us. So he takes us in the Lincoln bedroom, just wants to show us upstairs, and not a lot of people get to go there. Baggio was with us. and President Trump's talking, and Bag's full of drink. Hello. No Secret Servicemen like to throw him out of there, man. But he's great. Let me say something about Coach Bags, man. Coach Bags meets me every morning at 6 o'clock. Has helped me build this program. I couldn't ask for a better man to be on that.
Coach Bags he's a legend, man. He's another Louisiana man that's doing big things for LSU. We love Coach Bags. Guys, we'll give you another 10 seconds or so to get one in, and we're going to let Coach go. I know he's busy, and we've got big things to do. It looks like all our questions are gone. Coach Hill, do you have anything to add before we sign off? Nope, you got to unmute, Coach.
I think somebody was afraid to put it in the box, Coach, so they texted me. But looking for assistant coaches, especially when it comes to analysts and graduate assistants, what qualities are you looking for? And then what do you do besides paying them to keep them with you?
Yeah, a lot of our analysts are NFL coaches, college coaches that were getting paid very well. Something happened, the coach left or they got fired and they had a year left. So they can come here. A lot of them only make $50,000 or $75,000 a year, but that's not the only income. So the income is supplemented somewhere else. That's the way those guys can make it now. The analyst position is just like a full-time coach, but they can't coach. And they're in the meeting rooms. They give us suggestions. So it's a great job. You just don't get paid a lot of money.
And then real quick, just wanted to share this with you about Coach Mack. You mentioned him. You know how great a guy he is. He talked to our coaches yesterday about special teams. We had a young special teams coordinator follow Coach Mack, been to his clinics when he was with the Saints that he hosted the high school coaches. And I was unable to host it, and I got him a few hours ahead. Hey, would you like to host for Coach? Boy, Coach, he thought it was Christmas morning. Mack texted me about that coach later last night and said, could you send me Coach's number? And I said, sure. And I knew what he was going to do. And that coach texted me about 5 minutes later and said, I just got the coolest text from Coach Mack telling me I did a great job hosting him and thanking him. So
That's right, man.
Those are the guys you got on your staff. They're all like that, which is great.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, man.
Coach O, hey guys, he said it at the beginning, but he's speaking the truth. They want high school coaches coming around, watching practice. You can get in there and watch some film, and all of their coaches has always been hospitable to me and to our coaching staff. And so as soon as they can open up the doors, I know they want us there to learn and try to help improve our players, because that's going to make them better in the long run. Coach, thank you so much for your time tonight. And it wouldn't be fitting if we didn't give you a chance to close us out with a Go Tigers.
All right, man. Go Tigers.
All right. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.